Welcome to Energy Talk with EMC. Aravina Purjam Pagaram. Today, we are honored to have with us Shri Suresh, Chairman of the National Building Construction Standards, former National Building Code NBC, and Chairman Policy Advocacy and Government Relations at the Indian Green Building Council IGBC. A former Chairman and Managing Director of the HUDCO, Shri Suresh has made significant contributions to the development of India's building standards, sustainable construction practices, and policy framework. His visionary leadership and extensive experience have played an instrumental role in advancing the nation's agenda for energy efficient, sustainable, and resilient built environments. It is our privilege to hear from Shri Suresh on the theme Codes to Implementation, the Hidden Gaps, and we look forward to benefiting from his invaluable perspectives on bridging the gap between policy, building codes, and their effective implementation in practice.
Welcome, Shri V. Suresh, former Chairman HUDCO and current Chairman of the National Building Code team, as well as the Chairman of the IGBC on policy. I am very happy that I could have your time. Of course, you are really busy. Even at least through an online meeting, this is wonderful. Thank you. Welcome you to this small discussion on how we can utilize your experience and your involvement into the National Building Code and the IGBC structure into the energy conservation building code arena. Welcome, sir. My first query will be, how do you perceive the introduction of new energy conservation and sustainability building code into a market that is already well supported by national and international green building certification programs and sustainable ratings and regulatory frameworks such as National Building Code? In your view, is the building sector both in Kerala and across India ready for this transition?
I think you said it rightly. They are complementary. None of them are contradictory. All of them will lead to certain defined areas, like the issues on overall green building rating would cover integrated energy management, integrated water management, integrated waste management, green cover to be done, land to be taken care of, quality of life to be enhanced there. The energy conservation and sustainability building code will predominantly be dealing with the energy conservation aspect, and the latest SBC component brings it to some amount of sustainability on water management and also waste management in a large way. What is interesting is that the National Building Code of India 2016 version, which is now coming as the National Building Construction Standards 2026, has got the chapter on approach to sustainability, as well as the issues related to assets and facility management, coming as two handbook volumes which are adjunct to the main building code, which is coming in part A, B, C, D, E, F. As against the 12 parts which was there in the 2016 version, the new NBCS will have A to F, which is covering on primarily on the issues on introduction, materials, structural design, building services. That means all your issues on energy related issues will be coming under the building service, or lighting, ventilation, electrical installation, air conditioning and heating, lift installation, as well as the escalators, and also ICT component which requires energy, and the plumbing services on water supply, sanitary, which also requires energy for pumping, comes under 9. And then you have the chapter on the fire protection, which is called part F now, and therefore that also requires an enormous amount of the energy required for keeping all your systems on and alive, including backup power requirement, etc., for large number of issues. And the section on the part on the approach to sustainability is coming exactly the same way, but substantially expanded, as you rightly said, including the part on assets and facility management, added for the first time in anywhere in the world. We are the first one to have done that. That also comes over there as a handbook document there, adjunct to the main NBCS. So that's the situation. And therefore, information contained in the National Building Code will cover all these aspects together, and the green building rating people will cover all their elements which are primarily to deal with, as I said, the integrated energy management, water management, waste management, green cover, passive design, active design, etc., etc. The Energy Conservation Sustainable Building Code will predominantly concentrate on the energy conservation matters related issues, and also some issues on sustainability on water and waste, as per the latest 2025 version of the ECSBC. And none of them are contradicting at all. And what is required is there are some improvements. For example, when you go for the energy conservation sustainability building code, which is now being mandatory beyond a certain area, and application over there, there are a large number of things which are not covered in the energy conservation sustainable building code. Like, for example, issues related to the use of nature of refrigerants to be used in a large way. That's an important component. And the second component is the issues regarding commissioning and other related matters, which are very much actively brought into the NBC part. Energy metering and other testing, etc., are covered to some extent in the Energy Conservation Building Code, but that's made very, very comprehensive in the National Building Code, as well as the IGBC rating system that we have. IGBC rating system is very done on that. And then another major area is renewable energy. Renewable energy was not a concern for the Energy Conservation Building Code, but then that particular thing is specifically added in a very large way, from ranging from 5 to 70% of renewable energy can come into the rating system of IGBC. So it's a very major change. So that means effectively what it would mean that the rating systems that we have under the IGBC will have not only whatever is in the energy conservation and sustainability building code, it will have plus on renewable energy, on commissioning, on refrigerants, as well as energy metering and also testing and related matter. And with respect to your three models of energy conservation building code, the base matters, which will be the mandatory one. If you ECSBC plus, if you have the gold coming, and your super ECBC will come over there, that will lead us to a platinum rating. So therefore, differential rating that you have of a platinum or a gold or a silver or a compliance matter are depending upon the three grades of the ECSBC normal one plus as well as the super.
Now to the second question. With ECBC now becoming mandatory in Kerala, what key lessons and implementation insights can building sector stakeholders, including the government authorities, draw from the experience of existing green building certification programs and the sustainable rating systems?
Let's clearly understand. Mandatory compliance of the Energy Conservation Building Code is recently added. It has not been there earlier, but which has been now made compulsory for certain areas. But then that will be looked after by the word very mandatory used over there. That will be looked after by the concerned local bodies. The concerned local bodies, as well as the persons dealing with the Energy Conservation Building Code, be it the Bureau of Energy Efficiency in the Government of India or the Energy Management Center that you have in Kerala. Because fortunately, you have also the Kerala State Energy Conservation Building Code. Even though I'm sure the updated version will also come in line with the Energy Conservation Building Code, the latest version of the Government of India. So therefore, the EMC will come in the picture. But whereas in the case of the green building rating component is concerned, that will be looked after by Indian Green Building Council, where, as I said, all of them, the minimum component that is there in the Energy Conservation Sustainability Building Code that you have, even the latest version, are not only covered in the rating system. The rating system will cover so many additional, which I just now told you, the areas like the renewable, the commissioning, the refrigerant use, as well as the energy metering and testing and other related components which are extra. So that will be looked after by the appraisal team in the IGBC. So it doesn't go to the regulator. Regulator is your local body. In the case of the if you want in Kerala corporate, it will be a municipal corporation or a municipality coming over there, working along with the energy management center through appropriate energy auditors to give the information to the local body that the complaints have been met with. But whereas the rating people over there has to be independently assessing so many additional parameters, which is not at all there in the energy conservation and sustainability building code, which is the one which is got into the building bylaws. That got nothing to do with the mandatory compliance of the ECSBC by the local body. Let's make it absolutely clear on that. So therefore, the issue related to the authority having jurisdiction is a municipal corporation or a municipality with the support of EMC as far as the compliance to the ECSBC is concerned. And as far as the green building rating is concerned, the architects, the engineers, the MEPF engineers, along with the builder, has to submit the proposal to the IGBC to get a rating of either platinum or a gold or a silver or just rated, compliance rated. 4 types of rating are there for dealing with that. And that will be looked after at the level of the appraising team in the Indian Green Building Council.
Third question now. With ECSBC compliance now becoming a statutory requirement for building owners, how should Kerala prepare and effectively implement a decentralized technical support ecosystem to facilitate building stakeholders, including approval authorities, throughout the compliance process?
Let me congratulate the Energy Management Center as well as the Kerala State Local Self-Government Department dealing with the talmail between the Energy Conservation Building Code brought out by the Energy Management Center and the local bodies, which is the municipal corporation or a municipality coming under the Kerala Municipal Building Rules, or the in the Panchayat area, Kerala Panchayat Building Rule, in both this area, whether the construction is going to be in a city or a small town or in a village area defined under this. So the municipal building rules and Panchayat building rule will take care of the compliance in a large way, and with the support which is being made available by the EMC, which is a multidisciplinary specialization which will cut through architecture, engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, plumbing, other MEP services. All these are important components in the rating, in the IGBC rating or the energy conservation rating coming over there. And therefore, I'm happy that, so that's the association of the BEEE is a very important component. Now, that is now going to become called the energy auditor. Energy auditor is the word Energy Conservation Building Code would like when it made mandatory there. So that role will be played. The energy auditor required under the Energy Conservation Sustainability Building Code of the Government of India. The energy auditor will play the role in that particular case to ensure that the proposal that has been given over there to the local body they have already gone through that, and based on that particular clearance coming over there, it's a reasonably good one from the point of builders as well as compliance agency or in a very large way. But I still feel that that's not enough. So it will be good to have a multidisciplinary team of architect engineers or electrical engineers also in the local body level, which you have. Fortunately, EMC has that, and the building energy efficiency expert can be a multidisciplinary. They can be either an architect or a civil engineer or an electrical engineer becoming a BEEE, or they can also be an energy auditor to deal with the work. So to me, as far as the local body is concerned, at the end of it, they are the one going to give the certificate. They are going to give the building plan approval based on the particular one. And then at the level of completion certificate and occupancy certificate also, the same team has to come. One at the level of initial building permit stage, when you give an approval for a particular proposal, including compliance of other safety, structural safety, health safety, public safety, life safety, also the energy conservation safety in the beginning over there. At the level of completion certificate to give occupancy certificate also, all the same team members have got to be in picture. And also, all those things they promise they will do. They'll do so much amount of energy saving, so much amount of water saving, so much amount of other saving etc., 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 which is required under the ESSBC, etc., has got to be also available while dealing with the completion stage before you get the certificate and commissioning of the building starts over there. I hope that means that 3 levels you got to be different. One, what can be an EMC, pretty reasonably comfortable and happy on that. Maybe that has got to be enhanced through a major capacity building program, like the program that you people have organized very well to the architects and engineers and electrical engineers, leading down to BEEE as well as giving energy auditor over there. At the local body level also, a good awareness program has to be made for them to have a good awareness and also a good appreciation of what exactly is the difference between a platinum building or a gold building or a 5-star or a 4-star building, or between how do you differentiate between ESCBC for its mandatory or ESSBC plus or ESBC super one, etc., etc. You should give them a good orientation program to all those people dealing in the building plan approval departments in the municipal corporation and municipalities. Or as I said, in case it can't be done in the municipality or smaller municipalities are there, maybe a 3 or 4 of them can be combined. Maybe somebody can be at the regional level near a city there, or along with the LSGD engineering department, they can have a separate cell to deal with the energy conservation building code application, so that capacity can be there in case they are not available in a corporation or a municipality or a panchayat.
Energy Talk with EMC, അറിവിന് ഊർജം പകരാം. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.